In Florida, this is SDTV, the news station.
Good morning and welcome to SDTV's Saturday morning broadcast. I am Tony Pesolano, your host, bringing you the news on June 28th, 2025. This morning, we're going to be covering something a little different than we normally do. I'm not going to be doing the weather. I'm going to be covering an exclusive news story done by Newsmax. I'm going to be giving commentary in a moment here with the mayor of Boca Raton showing just how beautiful of a place it is. So let's go ahead and get that commentary pulled up in a moment. So we've got the commentary pulled up now. We're going to go ahead and take a look at how great Boca Raton really is.
Most cities across America are known for one-party politics, and they're usually Democratic. But in Florida, the city of Boca Raton has been making news for being a red city with a Republican mayor.
Wow,
and it's making
nice.
Waves and positive ones. Nestled in Palm Beach County, also home to Newsmax's headquarters, Boca voted for Trump by 13 points in the 2024 election. There's also no push for DEI. You can get plastic straws, drink water that has no fluoride, and there's plenty of police. No surprise then that Scott Singer, the Republican mayor, and his team keeps attracting major corporations with a $1 billion renovation happening at 30 acres in the town center. Meanwhile, taxes are staying low. Boca Raton is truly a city making a difference, a model for others.
We are not Fort Lauderdale. We are not Miami. We don't want to be.
There's something special about Boca Raton. Mayor Scott Singer, celebrating its centennial in 2025, is proud of the past, present, and future.
Going back to the days when IBM invented the personal computer here, we have welcomed business, and we found it to be a very welcoming place for businesses with low taxes by trying to streamline regulations, which we've done in spades in the last few years.
It reminds me a lot of Italy, you know, the way the restaurants are situated.
I mean, everywhere you look is like just summer paradise. So that's what's really special about this place. And, you know, and the influx of people, you know, all my age too.
With a median age 25 years younger than Palm Beach to the north, A-rated schools, the lowest property tax rate of any full-service city in Florida, and among the highest paid police department. Safety is a big focus for Mayor Singer. Recent reports Florida Atlantic University may be the home to Donald Trump's presidential library, now has Boca in the national spotlight.
That's where he retired.
Boasting award-winning beaches, nature preserves, miles of bike paths, cultural sites, and the world-renowned Boca Raton Resort. Developer Carl Klepper arrived in the 1990s. He sees massive growth due to the mayor's work.
The first real major step was putting the Bright Line in, which allows people to experience Boca Raton when you live in another area. It's definitely going to be good for development and growth and for commerce.
And while we have 14,000 businesses here and 40-plus publicly traded companies, we want more.
And Newsmax, yes, is among the publicly traded companies right here, headquartered in Boca Raton.
I didn't know that.
So when you're watching Newsmax or N2, our streaming network, now you know where we are.
We're very proud that Newsmax is the most recent of our new publicly traded companies here.
And joining me right now here on set, pleased to have the mayor of Boca Raton, Scott Singer. Welcome into Newsline, sir. Great to see you.
Great to see you. Thank you.
You know, we started off the piece talking about how Trump won 13 points here. It's red, it's hot. You have all this economic development, Mayor, but you also govern very logically. We talked about plastic straws, which you have a backstory of, and then also fluoride water, which some places now have to remove, but you don't have to deal with those things here.
No, Boca Raton has the lowest property tax rate of any full-service city in Florida, and we've kept our government lean and our taxes low because we focus on real governance, getting the trash picked up, having world-class services at every level. We don't focus on other virtue signaling things. Several years ago, there was an initiative by one council member to ban plastic straws, which made no sense. We're going to have plastic everything else. You tell kids you can't have a juice box or chocolate milk, and there was also a disparate impact impact on the disability community. So we stopped that. Instead, we focused on common sense proposals to eliminate littering, to cut down on littering.
And you go to any other
We've
city,
never
it's
had
filled with
fluoride in our
litter.
water.
You
60
don't see
years
that
ago, a
down in
mayor
Boca.
before me said there's plenty of other commercially available solutions. And the city, every 10 to 15 years this issue has come up, said we're just going to keep it as is. We're ahead of the curve of other states.
Yeah, and speaking of other states, wow, New York, there is some talk about people wanting to flee because Mondami has the potential to be mayor. And I know that you have a new initiative with the America First Policy Institute, a mayor's council you're launching, so you'll be able to go to D.C. and interface. Tell us about what your reaction is to New York first and then your vision so other people can learn from the governing you're doing here.
Sure. For decades, we've been attracting the best of New York and the best of larger cities, fleeing high tax, high crime, high regulation jurisdictions. New York City, where I lived for 10 years and before I came back, thankfully, to Boca Raton, is about to get a lot worse.
Dirty,
what we
too.
see proposed on Tuesday goes forward. Billions in taxes driving companies out, efforts to cut down on police. In Boca Raton, we've not only funded police, we have the highest starting salary of any city in the Southeast. We value public safety. That gives the quality of life that allows us to have 14,000 businesses, 40 publicly traded companies, and so much more. Great talent. So it's going to get a lot worse. I had one broker yesterday morning tell me that he'd gotten 3 inbound calls that morning alone, the day after the primary, for businesses looking to come from New York to Boca Raton. So we welcome you.
And why not? The taxes
and in terms of the Mayor's Council, very excited. America First Policy Institute has put together a whole range of programs. Governor's Council, Attorney General Council. I pitched them on the idea of a Mayor's Council because we're really the leaders in the city where the rubber meets the road on the daily governance that affects us most. And it's great to get conservative ideas there and also articulate the conservative America First message on how it relates to successful cities. So look forward to working with my colleagues on that.
Oh, incredible, Mayor Singer. And also, I think it really gets people who live here engaged in politics, starting at the grassroots level, and such a testament to the work you're doing. Thank you so much for being with us today here in studio.
Thank you.
All right, so there you have it, a success story.
So that was an exclusive interview with Newsmax. It popped up on my phone, and I saw it, and I watched it, and I said, wow, this is a great interview. I love the job they did. Newsmax did a great job on that interview. And I also love the mayor's policies and what he has to say about a city, Boca Raton. If I lived there, I would definitely vote for that mayor. And as you could see for this SDTV broadcast, I've gone ahead and pulled out the top hat. And it's not only as a formal attire, but as you must know, back in the 1920s, 1930s, mayors of various cities would wear top hats. So it was a very important thing in traditional America back in the day. You don't see it anymore. It's been completely eliminated out of circulation. So I thought, hey, I'm doing an exclusive interview with the mayor of a beautiful city like Boca Raton. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put on a top hat for something like this. And I hope you guys liked watching this video. I certainly enjoyed making this video. I certainly enjoyed listening to what the mayor had to say. And I certainly enjoyed getting to see Newsmax's headquarters, getting to see Boca Raton and all the amazing cinematic camera shots they had of the city down there. Makes me want to drive down there personally and just take a weekend and really enjoy that city because they really have some amazing things and they're leading most of the other places in the country. Boca Raton is a better city than a lot of places right now. They're doing a way better job. Just look at Los Angeles, the riots over there, and then look how great Boca Raton is doing a week later. One of the most amazing places, bringing in millions of dollars, millions of corporations. That's the kind of activity I like to see happening down here in Florida. I am Tony Pesolano with SDTV, bringing you an exclusive mayoral coverage report. Go ahead and stay tuned for more content from us. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy your weekend.
In Florida, this is SDTV, the news station.